This is Speak Up on the CW Philly.
Welcome to Speak Up here on the CW Philly. I'm Natasha Brown. Joining me this morning is Lori Nelson and Jerry Craft. Lori is the author of Hillary's Big Business Adventure and the president of Nelson Publishing. Jerry Craft is a cartoonist, illustrator, and author who happens to have illustrated Lori's book, amongst other things. He's also the cartoonist behind the Mama's Boys, and it's a pleasure to have both of you with us this morning. I love your spirit already. We've been chit-chatting about the books.
Thank you.
I'm all excited to see what you guys are going to tell me about your accomplishment here. So tell me a little bit about how you guys even met and how this all came about.
Well, we met on MySpace.
On MySpace.
Through a mutual friend that I had not seen since '92. And I just sent out a plea. I was in desperate need of an illustrator for my project. I had two situations that had gone flat prior to, and I was needed to get this done. So a friend told me about Jerry. I saw Jerry's website, and I thought there was no way I would be able to afford him. I said, this guy's resume is wavy. I'm looking for like a student, you know.
Somebody to do it for free.
Exactly. So I sent him the project. He said, well, send it to me, let me see. And
I got it. And, you know, sometimes I get these things and I'm really nervous because we had spoken already, so I already liked her. And I was like, oh, please let me like this story. Because sometimes I get them like, yeah. And I was like, I liked it. So I called her back like, okay, you know, like, let's work something out. We can do it. I really like it. I like her spirit. I like her vision. I like anything that's helping kids.
And you believed in her vision?
I believed in her.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your vision. Tell me what the book is all about.
The book is about a fifth grader, a 10-year-old named Hillary, who, while each of the kids has something that they're into, her thing is money. Like, most kids like it, don't really know how to, you know, get it other than mom and dad's purse. But yeah, Hillary, she's a young entrepreneur, and she doesn't quite know that. The only thing she knows is she likes money, and she comes up with these different ways of getting it. You know, her team that she rolls with, Zoe, her best friend, is into the theater arts, and her brother, a chef, who is into culinary arts, and chef's best friend, Tech, who's into the technology. Right, exactly. All the kids today do. So, they each have something that they're really interested in and really good at, and that they, you know, really have passion for. But she's clearly, you know, the head of this little pact, and she gets them into all the mischief and stuff. And along the way, they have these. Just like Lori. Just like me. It's actually.
I was going to say, how is Hillary like you?
That's how she told me in the illustrating it.
Right. Hillary is actually based off. She's named after my mom. She's dedicated to my mom. But the character herself is actually based off of me when I was a kid. That's what I would do. You know, if I saw something I wanted, whether it was a new bike like Hillary or a new pair of skates or something, you know, my parents had their limit. You know, if there was a pair of sneakers and, you know, they were $50, I'm really dating myself now. But
that's a lot of money.
If there were a pair of sneakers for like $50 and, you know, my parents were like, our limit is 30, I had to come up with the other 20. So I had to be creative as to how I was going to do that. And I was doing, you know, the yard sales. I would take pencils and glue and glitter them and sell them to the kids for 10 cents.
I was shoveling snow.
Whatever you had to do.
Shoveling snow. And I was out decorating pencils. I think you're labor intensive.
A little harder.
Yeah, she took a little easier way out. Right?
Easier. I would come up with different book covers for, you know, when you're in school and elementary, you have to cover your books and stuff. All kinds of stuff I would come up with and charge kids for.
So she's a lot like you. The whole storyline of it is like.
She is. And my brother, chef is based off of my brother. He, you know, did some culinary stuff for a while. He loves being in the kitchen. So, you know, he's based off. It's a family book, just like our business is a family business. So,
so you have the vision and the storyline, and you have to bring this to life.
Yep.
How do you do that?
She sent me a Word document, and which I still, when I go and do cartoon workshops for kids, I take the Word document. I said, this is what I turned into this. And I read it probably 50 times. Each time I get something else out of it. And Lori was very specific about, this is the bike that I want Hillary to buy. This is what her brother should look like. This is the
house they live in.
This is the house. She was extremely
very specific.
Only because this particular project was really based off of a true story. So I had to send him actual pictures of me and my family from the 70s, you know, from the 70s.
Back in the day.
You know, and ask him to, you know, update it for me.
Just not put the afro.
Exactly. Just bring the afro in a little bit, you know. So.
So yeah, so it was fun for you though, right? And see, that's the thing, that's what I was going to ask with kids today. I mean, everybody's into the computers, and I mean, you don't even have to really pick up a book anymore if you really don't want to. So how do you keep kids coming back to this, like what we remember back in the day?
There's still something that's special about being tangible, having something tangible in your hands.
Yeah.
Because with my Mama's Boys books, I have parents say that their kids take it in the car, you know, that they go into their bedroom and it's on the floor, which means that they read it right before they went to bed. So I don't think you can replace that. And my kids are into the Xbox and all this other stuff, but they really became avid readers over the last couple of years. In fact, I woke them up several times to put on their bike helmets to pose for some of these pictures that I use for Hillary's
So that's how you kind of get your, like these characters, sometimes they might look a little familiar, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
You don't just come out of the blue with a little, you know, stick man and whatever, obviously, but
no,
they're familiar.
Yes.
I rely a lot on the parents and the educators as well to still introduce books to kids because, you know, come away from the TV, sit down, read a book for a minute, you know, or two or three.
And really digest it all, like really be able to, like you said, something tangible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, we're going to take a little break. Don't worry. Back in a moment with more of our guests. Speak Up returns after this. Well, I love your work, both of you, really doing great things together. Tell me about how long this takes, though. I mean, for your book and Hillary, this was pretty labor-intensive, I would assume.
For Hillary,
the Hillary book, I think, took 6 years.
It was like, it felt like it was 10 months. Well, from the time we started doing illustrations, it was 10 months. Right. The entire process took me, I started writing the story towards the end of 2005. And because I was dealing with a topic, it's about, you know, basic business and banking concepts, teaching kids, trying to promote entrepreneurship at an elementary level. So because of the content, I went through several revisions, and that took a little while. And then trying to get the, you know, the publishing company ready to produce and market it, that took a little while. So I had to take care of all of that before Jerry came into the picture.
And then once I got the Word document, it was a matter of, okay, defining the style. And I'd send this fax it, email, do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like, okay, I like this. And I'd start doing, well, you know what? Oh, I really like this. Because the more I did it, the better I got.
And then his son would help.
Yeah. Oh, is that right? How old is your son?
I have two. One just turned 12 and one just turned 10.
Okay. And how do they feel about your work?
Oh, they love it.
Okay. I was going to say, are they your toughest critic? Are they like, no, Daddy?
Actually, now when they read the Mama's Boys, it's like, Dad, I don't think Yusuf would say that. I'm like, okay. But I actually have them edit all my books. I get them and I choose like 3 of their friends for each book that I do. The Mama's Boys book, and they edit and I put their names in it. So if they don't get it, then I rewrite it. So
yeah, because they have to be able to relate to it, right? So who's a better audience to run it by, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, what's next for you guys?
Well, we have a workshop. Nelson Publishing has a workshop coming up in Bowie, Maryland, not far from Bowie State University. So if anybody wants to come down, and we're going to actually be doing for 1 hour. It's a 60-minute boot camp on marketing books for small independent and self-publishing authors. So it's $35. They can come down. Then of course, before then, the weekend before then, we'll be at the festival on February 6th.
And I'm doing a cartoon workshop. So if any of the kids want to come out, I'll actually show them how I create characters, and they'll draw along with me step by step.
And Hillary may make an appearance.
Is that right? Yeah, I want to meet Hillary. She seems like a cute little girl. So what advice would you guys give other people who may want to do what you're doing or may want to venture into writing a children's book?
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. If you can make I tell this to kids all the time, if you can make a career out of doing something that you love and you're passionate, it just doesn't seem like work, you know. So when I do my stuff, and even like people, like my strip runs every week in the Philadelphia Tribune on Sundays, and I'll get emails and stuff. So it's just really a great way to do stuff.
And they can get more information too about anything that we're doing from our websites, nelson-publishing.com
and mamasboys.com, mamasboyz.com.
Okay, great. Thank you both very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Love your spirit, both of you.
Thank you.
Oh wait, and I have my new book, my third Mama's Boys book. I'll have at the fair.
Oh, that's at the fair.
At the
okay.
fair.
And you had a little write-up in the Trib, right?
Yes, in the Tribune.
Yeah,
so
okay.
thank you very much. Thanks to the Tribune.
Got to give credit to the Trib.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate
Thank
you being
you.
here. That's going to wrap up today's show. Thanks to all of our guests for being here with us this morning. For more information on today's show, visit our website, cwphilly.com/speakup. And while you're there, you can offer a suggestion for a future show if you'd like, or email us a comment about this one. Thanks so much for being here with us. I'm Natasha Brown. Take care.